Hi, welcome to this short demo on my agent, Stella. So Stella is an AI agent that basically helps you with any calendar-related tasks you need. Why did I call her Stella? No reason. Um, okay, so, oops. Sorry, I was doing a test run. Anyway, you invoke it by running the main file, obviously. And so now it says, okay, I'm Stella, what do you want, request, help, exit, whatever. Usually you want to tell your assistant or your AI assistant now, please book me an event for tomorrow, like book me something for tomorrow, right? Dinner, whatever, meeting. So let's try this. I've been trying this gym meeting, so what should I say? I don't know, block me some time tomorrow to go to the gym. 3 to 4 p.m., let's say. I promise it's not hard-coded. I know the example here says this, but whatever. We can change it later, okay? Okay, so we see here we have obviously my Google Calendar on the left, and we see here that a gym event has been created from 3 to 4, right? We can do a bunch of things. Let's try this. Move the gym event to, I don't know, 2 to 3 p.m. We can create events and can also update them. So now it's going to move the event. So you see here the event has been moved from 3 to 4 to 2 to 3, right? It's a small jump, so you can see I should have done something more like, I don't know, from 2 to like, I don't know, 9 to 10 p.m. Okay, sorry, I'm kind of wasting time now in this silly example. But yeah, you see the gym event is now here. So I don't know who works out at night. Sometimes me in summer nights, whatever. So let's say during that gym session, I would like to hit push chest. Make me a chest workout. Add it to the description. Right, so 2-in-1, AI agent for the calendar and also a PT. So now we have the description of the event, right? You can ask it to add anything like location, something else, invite people, whatever, reminders, remove to another calendar. We're not going to go through everything now, right? We went through create, update, and now I want something else. Like you want to ask your agent sometimes, okay, what are my events for? Okay, imagine a world where someone's asking me about my plans on Thursday the 22nd. So maybe you can ask them, can you list all my events on Thursday 22nd of January? You can say next Thursday. Sorry, you could whatever. The AI agent will understand. So now it's going to retrieve all my events and list them, which took a bit longer than I expected. But basically, I have these classes, right? The ES 5410, SYS 5450, which I might drop out of because it's not super interesting. Sorry. So I have all these classes, right? I have this recitation I got to teach, which is nice. Okay, you can list event. And now, let's say I change my mind and I'm making an excuse. I feel sick. Can you remove my gym session for tomorrow? And you'll see this here. It's going to disappear in a second. Boom, it's not there anymore. So our agent can create, update, retrieve, or list some events and also delete them, which is kind of nice for an agent. Hopefully in the future we'll be able to do much more than I don't know what a calendar agent can do more than that. But whatever, let me walk you through the code a bit. So here is basically my file structure. It's very minimal, so it doesn't have to be too fancy. Those here are credentials and tokens so your machine can access your Google Calendar, right? It's Google stuff, which you set here on the Google Cloud platform. You have to create a Google Cloud project. I made mine called Stella. there's a bunch of stuff you need to do here to configure basically your environment to allow it to make changes to your calendar, and you have to have your .env file, which will hold your OpenAI API key, which I'm not going to show in this video. And you can all add them to your GitHub profile, whatever. Here's where you create your agent, right? The agent.py file. And then I'm using LangChain, right? I'm using this create agent function and LangChain.chatModels and this initChatModel function. I'm initializing this, I'm initializing the GPT-4o mini model because it's not that fancy of a task, right? So mini model can work. Set this temperature variable, which, how to define temperature? Basically a variable that goes from 0 to 1. 0 is more than a deterministic outputs, and 1 is more like probabilistic outputs, right? So the closer it is to 1, the more it tends to change from query to query, from prompt to prompt. Anyway, it's not important. This is how you create your agent. So my agent's using create agent function with the underlying model. And what's an agent? It's an LLM plus some tools we give it and a feedback loop, and what's basically going to keep on using the tools you give it until it achieves the result that you want it to. For example, create my event, right? And so the tools you give it are functions you define yourself, right? In the tool.py function here that I'm going to show you in a second. And basically you import all the functions you created, and then you pass them as a list to tools, to your agent, right? So now this agent is this LLM with these tools and this system prompt. Your helpful assistant that manages my Google Calendar, blah, blah, blah. So when you go to tools, you got a bunch of tools that your agent's going to need, right? The most basic of which is create event, right? You have to add this tool decorator, which imports from LangChain. From LangChain.tools import tool. This is the decorator that you give to all your tools. You give it a name and then a description. You have to give it a description, or else it's going to throw an error that it's just bad practice to give a function to your LLM without a description. It's better context, add a description. And this basically uses the Google Calendar API, how to create events, etc. Don't have to run through it. You can go on the google.developer. I don't know, something about Google for developers, and then you'll find all the APIs you need for calendar, for all the workspaces, Drive, Gmails, you can create agents for all of these stuff, and they all have an API. And yeah, basically, so rinse and repeat, right? Tool decorator, name, description, and then the function you want it to use, blah, 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 up until to the end. So we have update tool down here. We'll probably have a delete tool somewhere. Yeah, it was up there, whatever. Yep. So this is high level how you make the agent. And then the main function is just you give it a system prompt, or a hint, should I say, and then you pass it to the LLM, to the agent, sorry. And then there's this loop where you can keep on chatting with your agent until whatever task you want is done, or whatever chat is done. And yeah, that's basically it. You give it the function, and then this is how you give your agent the function. He makes a response after you invoke it with the messages, and then his reply is going to be a dictionary, which you have to parse. You got to grab the messages, and you have to grab the last thing's contents. It's just some thing you have to do, and then you print it. You give it the state. Obviously you don't want to state this agent, and that's basically my demo. I don't want to make it too long. I think it's already too long, but yeah, I hope you liked it.